welcome to The Recording Journey, episode number 12. My name is Kai Ellis. The Recording Journey is a community of like-minded musicians, singers, songwriters, producers, mixing engineers, all the good stuff. We come together to support each other, speak to each other, inspire each other, encourage each other, all the good stuff. So come and be a part of the forum at therecordingjourney.com. Now, today on the show, we're going to do some good stuff. I'm going to give you a little bit of news from the forum, and then we'll dive into some music. I'm going to show off some Christmas songs that our members have recorded. I'm going to give you a really cool interpretation of a classic song that showed up in our Cover This Song challenge. And then I'm going to give you the final interview in our series of interviews with bands from our BandBall competition. This one, I will admit, is special to me because it is the band I was in, a band called Hacks, all about our song, Be Yourself Tonight. Well, first up, let's get started. It's the news. Here's the thing that's been happening on the forum that I want you to know about because it's been so cool. We've been having a friendly little debate about what is it that makes a cover song so good. And in fact, it went so deep in this conversation, we've even been debating what is it that makes a cover song a cover song. Now, this conversation was brought up by our good friend Jules because he was paying attention to our Cover This Song monthly challenge. And then because it's an AC/DC song that we're doing, he heard a cover from another band that did Thunderstruck, and he noticed one of the things that he loved about that rendition of the song was that he could hear the vocals and the lyrics more clearly than he could on the AC/DC original. Now, he's not paying any disrespect to the original. He knows and loves that song. But he noticed that when he listened to the cover, and because he could listen to the vocals a little more clearly, it almost made him like it more than the original. And that sparked a number of us to chime in. And I'll tell you, we got a couple of people who go to different extremes to answer this question on what is it that a cover song needs to achieve, and what is it that even makes a cover song truly even qualify as a cover song. Because you take somebody like me. I really feel strongly about this, that if you're going to do a cover song, and it's going to be a cover of a song that is quite frankly untouchable, unimprovable the way that it is, that original recording is perfect, well then please, please, please don't do some superbly done karaoke recreation of it. That version of the song already exists. We don't need that. If you're going to approach the song, bring something new and creative and experimental to it, some fresh approach that people never thought was going to happen. They never imagined the song could go in this direction. But you still got to find the heart of the song, the core of it, the elements of the song that are what cause people to recognize it as the song. Now, there are other people on our forum that don't go nearly that far, who feel like doing kind of a note-for-note recreation of the song is perfectly justified. And you know what? I have respect for that. In fact, our own David Fraser, he did his own recreation of the entire Pink Floyd The Wall album, note for note, and basically reverse engineered the whole thing, and it is impressive in its own special way. I mean, you've got to listen to it to hear what he did. It blows my mind and brings my jaw to the floor. At the same time, when I do it, I want something creative and original coming to it. Otherwise, I feel like, why am I even doing this? And part of the reason I feel that way is because many years ago, I was watching an episode of American Idol. It was a long time ago. And it was a Michael Jackson night. And they were all doing their songs. And one guy did a cover of Man in the Mirror. He sat at the piano and sang the hell out of the song. And look, when it was over, the judges kind of, they applauded him. They gave him some praise, which he was due. And Simon Cowell, being direct as always, told him, it's not that what you just did was bad. In fact, it was pretty good. But the problem is, you basically did a really good karaoke version of the original of that song. And the original is unimprovable. It's untouchable. It is perfect just the way it is. And when you come at the song the exact same way that Michael did, all you remind people is that you're not as good as him, and they should just go listen to the original instead. And that really, it planted a seed in me. It's made me want to get very creative when I do a cover from then until now. We got a couple of people on the forum that take it even farther. They're willing to get so experimental with the cover that they don't even care if you can recognize it as the original song. And you know what? I disagree, but I've got respect for that level of creativity and ambition. So I'd love to hear what you think. Come on to therecordingjourney.com. Come on to the forum and let us know where you land in that conversation. And speaking of cover songs and even our good friend David Fraser, well, I want to present to you now his take on the AC/DC classic, You Shook Me All Night Long. He's even brought a little bit of the Christmas spirit into this, so I know you're going to love it. It's something special. Here we go. It's David Fraser covering AC/DC's You Shook Me All Night Long. What did I tell you? A classic Christmas take on a classic rock song. Now, let me give you a little bit of the background that David gave us on his take on this song. He said, I started out with good intentions of doing a laid-back, country-tinged acoustic version of this track with a Christmas twist. But I plugged in the electric guitar, and the urge to do rock karaoke became too strong, though I kept the Christmas twist. Apologies to the serious AC/DC aficionados out there, as the riff playing is really more of an artist's impression, AC/DC riffs are very simple to get in the right ballpark, but unbelievably difficult to get anywhere close to being in the pocket, so I didn't even try. Vocally, I decided against going for the full Brian Johnson octave. Instead, you get me doing my best impression of Def Leppard's Joe Elliott doing his best impression of Brian Johnson. Well, David, I love everything about that. And you know what? Joe Elliott doing his best impression of Brian Johnson, that's absolutely how I would describe your vocal, and I think it was the right approach. It keeps things fresh while still keeping things faithful. It was really cool, man. Now, next up, I want to give you a straight-up Christmas classic. It's the all-time great Christmas song, Christmas Time Is Here, done by our friend Will McCoy, and he brings this really fresh, lively, jazzy, piano-based approach to the song that I know you're going to love. So let's check it out. This is Will McCoy doing Christmas Time Is Here.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, time that all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere, Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere, Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year.
What did I tell you? It's a simple but fresh approach and so much life in that interpretation of the song. It's exactly the kind of thing, if I go out somewhere around Christmas and there is live music and live performances of Christmas classics, that's exactly the kind of take on the song I'd be hoping for. Now, next up, we got another Christmas tune for you, this one from Marty Helly. It's a take on Oh Holy Night. He calls it a simple version. He gave us a couple of production notes on it. He says it's just a single arpeggiated guitar and vocal. Guitar is double mic'd and panned to both sides. Little compression on the vocal, recorded separately. Reverb applied to the whole. And then he made a special video for it. It's running on YouTube. It's real cool looking. He says the video is just running the iPad through our Christmas tree. You should go on YouTube and watch it. It is really good. But right now, I'm going to play the audio for you because it is simple but beautiful and reveals just how powerful this song continues to be. Here it is, Marty Helly covering Oh Holy Night.
The stars are bright, the shining. 'Tis the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices. Yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices. Night divine, oh night when Christ was born. Oh night divine, oh night, night divine.
Isn't that such a powerful song? It just, that simple approach makes it so clear why that song has stood and will stand the test of time. They'll be talking about that in 100 years, 200 years. Just so powerful. I would love to hear somebody one day break down. In fact, I might need to go on YouTube and look this up. What is it about the songwriting and the composition of that song, the choices they made, that just makes it so right for the heart? Well, thanks for doing that for us, Marty, because it was a treat to listen to. Now that brings us into the final section of our show, where we're going to do our final interview with one of the bands from BandBall. It's the band I was in, called Hacks. First, I'm going to play you our song. It's called Be Yourself Tonight. And then I'll swing us into the interview that we did, explaining where the song came from. Here we go. Be Yourself Tonight.
She said she could be anyone. All those I'd ever dreamed about. Garbo, Marilyn, and the rest. Just pick one, and she'll be there. She said I could be Beyonce right now. She be a fiancé. How can you ever expect to? How about you go and try and be yourself tonight? How about you try and go and be yourself?
I don't think you'd like that. Don't think you're ready. I don't think you like that. You're not ready.
She's been Matahari. She's been Marie Antoinette. She'll be anybody you want without a single regret. But sometimes she likes to be the lighter side. So please, can we play something nicer tonight? I said, how about you go and try and be yourself tonight? How about you try and go and be yourself?
I don't think you'd like that. Don't think you're ready. I don't think you like that. You're not ready.
Let's try and talk about it. Let's work this thing through. Keep some things well hidden. Give me glimpses of you.
I don't think you're like that.
Give me a chance.
here goes nothing. Let's have this laugh.
Give me an here's to our future. Let's make this one No, I did not like that. I was not ready. No, I did not like that. Oh, really not ready.
Man, I can't tell you, listen to that song a fresh time, how much it reminds me. What a pleasure and a thrill it was being in the band Hacks with Nick and Adrian. Well, I'm not going to go on and on right here, right now, behind this microphone, telling you about the origins of the song. Instead, I'm going to let this interview play out, all right? So sit back for the next few minutes and listen to the story behind the music of Hacks. Be Yourself Tonight. That's going to be my transition to lead into me and Nick's band Hacks, is that I did not want to be the team captain. I really didn't want to write the song. And if all possible, I would have if they asked me to, but I didn't want to sing it either because I didn't have the experience I wanted to last year. And I'm as much to blame for this as anybody, but it really became the Kai show in last year's BandBall for my band. And this year, I mean, I came out and the first thing I said to Adrian and Nick was like, hey, I don't want to be the team captain. I really don't want to write the song. I will sing if you want me to, but I'd really prefer not to do that either. And then these guys were gracious enough to just instantly say, okay, let's get to making it. And then that's all I kind of wanted to start with. Other than that, I really want to hear from Nick, his experience with our band and our songs. Because again, we never got on Zoom. We've just done the chat. So Nick, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I think we did plan I know Adrian didn't want to start off with a Zoom, which I thought was strange, but I think it worked. We were planning to later, but we didn't. And as Kai said, he didn't want to write it. And I had a verse of a song with a very basic, typical chord structure of mine, which means it was D, A, and E, because that's what I write in all the time. Unless I've got a capo to hand, in which case it might change. And I think Kai liked it, and then Adrian in the almost exactly the same time had got an arrangement without no lyrics, just an interesting arrangement with far more interesting melody and chords, and he put that in, and Kai suggested, could we mix the two together? And at first I thought, that's ridiculous. Yep. But I thought, no, I won't say that's ridiculous because we've only just met.
It was ridiculous. It was a crazy idea, and then.
But so we tried it. My first version of singing, I don't think worked, and then it slowly did, and then I cut a bit of the verse up and turned it into a pre-chorus. I still wasn't sure it was I think I became sure it was working when we got quite a long way, actually. I don't know if, I must have written a chorus. I've got to the first, so we'd written a first verse, pre-chorus, chorus. And I don't know if it was when Adrian went away or not, but when you did all your synth tracks and your rhythm track put to it, and when that came back, I thought, now we've got a song. Because
at that point, I almost like
drop into the chorus, and I just thought, now we've got a song. And I think that's when I went away and wrote the second verse, and then Adrian said, we need a bridge. So then he gave us some chords for the bridge. So then I went away and wrote a bridge, and it worked. It worked nicely. We didn't have any rows, certainly, but then we didn't see one another, so we couldn't.
You know what? For
just
me,
go backspace. Don't call him that.
That's so funny. I know there was a bunch of deleted.
Oh, true.
Post has been deleted by the author in our chat. No, and even when because there did come that moment when you guys had posted a bunch of stems in the in Google Drive, and then I took all of them, and this was mostly to ease my own conscience because I really still wanted to feel like a part of the band and like I'd really contributed something, or at least given you guys a bunch of stuff to say that doesn't work. So I took all your stems and then kind of created my own kind of synthy stuff that's more in my style that I normally do. And I fully expected when I posted all that stuff for you guys to say that 90% of it was not right for the song. But I just wanted to feel like I had done something to let you know, but I am willing to put in a lot of time and energy on this. Like, don't feel like I'm the weakest link. I will do the work. And then the fact that you guys liked so much of it blew my mind.
No, it really worked. It definitely made the song. I mean, I still don't think I was the right person to sing it, even though it was my lyrics. But
brother, your voice was
Margaret sang some of it, but she was doing a good job. So,
well, I'll tell you the moment for me. Like you talked when you finally said, "This is a good song. This is working." The moment for me was in the, I guess it's the chorus, I don't think you'd like that. No, you're not ready. That section. Because originally that section like continued with the dynamic, like it kept going hard. And I forget who made the decision originally to like drop everything out for the first half and then ramp back up with the drums and the guitars in the second half. But that was the moment where I was like, this song fucking rules.
I thought you'd left a space there, but it might have been an accident. I know as soon as I heard it, I quite agreed.
Maybe, that's right. I did that. You're right. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure you must have done something because I definitely didn't do a guitar for the first part, and I knew the guitar had to come in really hard for the second part of the chorus and the drums. I think Adrian redid the drums. I don't actually know who played everything because Adrian did the final mix. So I know most of the guitars are mine. I know the bass is all his, and the synths are mainly yours, and the drums I don't know whose he used in the end.
The drums I know are there. That's a mix of stuff from me and stuff from Adrian, and I don't know how he combined all that stuff because by the end of that first batch of stems that I came up with that I sent you guys, the song structure changed radically after that. And you guys never asked for anything else from me. So I don't know how you put it all together like that.
Yeah, I think some of it I cut and pasted wrong, but it sounded okay. So.
Can you talk a little bit about
what the chords were? And I thought, well, I don't know, whatever you said were the first time.
Can you talk about the guitar solo?
Yeah, it's not really right. Adrian had put in what I think he himself says is a placeholder guitar solo, which I really liked the beginning of it. It was a very soft, measured guitar solo. And I thought because of where the song was going, it should try and be a dance between two guitars with the more aggressive one coming out on top and completely smashing the other one. But I'm not a lead guitarist, so I couldn't quite do it. But I came up with the concept. I was out walking the dog. I remember exactly where I was in the woods when I suddenly thought, but I could do this. So it's a shame we couldn't have both guitars, but I couldn't get it to work with two. So in the end, it was just one, and it seems to work. And it's not quite what was in my head. That's really good in here, but it's not bad.
Look, man, it's your job to be humble about it, and as another band member that didn't play it, and as a fan of the song, I get to say it's just amazing. Especially that the fast arpeggio line when it really picks up. That is the moment in the song where I'm like, whew, I can't believe I'm in this band. This is awesome.
Yeah, I didn't play it in real time. I played it at about 10 BPM.
Really?
I did slow it down. I didn't play it real speed.
That's really cool. So
not that bit. No, that bit I played at about. I usually, for fast arpeggios like that, I usually slow it down to about 75%. More than that, and I find you lose the feel, but I can't play it that far. I'm not a lead guitarist. I'm certainly not that sort of lead guitarist.
Well, I'm barely a chord guitarist,
I'll
so
slow down and then just squashed it back up again.
that's cool. What
It'll be a problem for the tour, Kai, but we'll have to get a session musician in to play for the tour.
All right, that's going to bring us to the end of that interview and brings us to the point where we're going to wrap up this show today. So thanks for coming on the journey with me today, enjoying episode number 12 of the Recording Journey podcast together. Now, if you like what you heard and you want to be part of this community, come on by the recordingjourney.com. Membership is free. You can come be part of our conversations, discussions, debates, and really what we want is a chance to hear some of your music and give you some feedback and some support along the way. Until next time, my name is Kai Ellis. Thanks for coming on the journey with me. I'll see you next week.